Buenas, I'm Joan Aguon Charfauros, and this is Veterans Support After Service. This special was something I wanted to do with my dad and my husband, both veterans. I have listened to many of their concerns, frustrations, and questions when it comes to navigating through the VA system. In this show, you will learn about key organizations, resources, and programs designed to make a difference in the lives of our veterans. Because support doesn't end with service, it continues into the next chapter. Take, for example, Ihanatnao Imagahit Zani Inina, also known as HMI Guam, a nonprofit launched by a group of veterans focused on reaching out to veterans one at a time and help them avail of benefits and resources through federal grants and education. Here's more. Ihanatnao Imagahit Zani Inina is a nonprofit organization dedicated to assisting veterans with claims and benefits. Founded in 2019, the HMI strives to be a vital resource when it comes to services that are available for the island's veterans. President Anthony Tyron.
I'm one of the original founders. Like 3 years ago, I had myself, Bill Salisbury, Matthew Charfauros, and we had a Fortune 500 banker by the name of Brian Hahn try to organize the three veterans and say, hey, this is how you put a nonprofit together. And what we're going to do is try to get together and help our veterans out here on the island.
The group plays an active role in the veteran community, making themselves accessible to vets and their families, holding claims boot camps in the villages, in which they educate participants about how they can navigate through the tedious claims and benefits process.
You need three things for service connection, and that's you need an in-service event, you need a current diagnosis, and you need a medical nexus. So essentially it's if something happened to you in service, and then you're going to need a doctor to diagnose you with a condition, and then thirdly, you're going to need to tie the two of those things together, and that gives you your service connection. So if something happened to you in service, and there's a diagnosis today, the nexus ties what happened in service and your current diagnosis, and that's how you get the service connection.
Armed with important knowledge, HMI also had other organizations come along to these village boot camps.
They introduced the things they were doing, and we talked a lot about what we were doing.
At the boot camps, a lot of vital info is disseminated, and Karina Balesta, Vice President of HMI, always tells participants she is a product of the organization.
They helped me learn what it was like to go through the process, because myself included, I filed when I was in the States, but when the giant decision packet came through, I just threw it to the side because I was like, I don't know what this means. Okay, fine, I got a rating, I guess I'm done, that's it. But I didn't know there was more. I didn't know you could keep going. I actually really never even read the whole letter, page by page, I really didn't. And that's what we're running into is veterans don't know, and it's hard to navigate that whole letter because it's overwhelming.
And packets can range from 40 to even 60 pages because no veteran is the same.
We all have different conditions. We all were in different branches of service. And so when you talk about veterans, we cannot put all the veterans in one hole, right? Like you can't put them in a box. You can't put them in, you just can't, because there were so many different branches as well, and you can't forget the Guard and Reserve as well.
HMI is the only group on Guam that provides such a service to veterans here, but they also assist veterans on Yap, Chuuk, the US, and even Japan, keeping to their mission of empowering veterans and their families through education and advocacy.
All our veterans coming together and actually picking each one up, right? Because, when you look out there, there are veterans having hard times, so we can't give a hard time to a group that's doing this this kind of service, and there's other groups that are doing different services, right? There's more than enough veterans and more than enough work out there that we shouldn't be, stepping on each other's toes, right? And more importantly, our goal should be to take care of our veterans, right? So the numbers continue to grow.
If there's anything that HMI would want to get out to the veterans watching?
If you're a veteran, you have to get out and get counted, right? And when you're getting counted, we talk about registering down at ASIN, because ASIN is designed to hold the registry. And if you're signed up down there, that's just one point of reference that they can use. The other one is go up to the CBOC and register. That's the community-based outpatient clinic. Dr. McDermott, Mara, and a lot of the Dr. Boone Payne is my primary care up there. These folks are very useful for us and helpful, right? And we got to get our veterans to go there, right? These are the types of things that they have to do in order for them to receive their benefits, because the VA is not going to come knocking on their door. They're going to have to take action, and they're the ones that are going to have to do it.
Bottom line?
Get active, educate yourself, find these resources.
And it's worth noting that on Friday, February 2nd, Governor Lou Leon Guerrero and Lieutenant Governor Joshua Tenorio signed a proclamation declaring 2024 the Year of the Veteran. Coming up, we find out about another nonprofit, Got Your 671. Keep it here. Welcome back. Got Your 671 was incorporated in December 2019 by a pair of veterans. The nonprofit has been instrumental in assisting veterans and their families transition from military life to civilian life by providing resources, camaraderie, and knowledge. Their framework has proven to be so successful, other groups have taken notice.
My name's John Concepcion. I'm the president and co-founder of Got Your 671.
Hi, my name is Roy Gamboa. I am the vice president for Got Your 671. We're a veterans nonprofit group here on Guam.
Wow, so I was having some problems trying to navigate through the VA system and the healthcare and just looking for resources. So I just had to ask other veterans, and then me and Roy, we're just comparing each other's notes and trying to figure out, how we could maneuver around the whole system. And he had some tips, and I gave him some tips. And then we were like, man, what if we can just do this for all the veterans that are having a difficult time?
We had a lot of things in common. He was in a bad place where his experiences with his deployments were getting the best of him at sometimes, and then I too was also going through a pretty tough time. What you name it, nightmares, horrible thoughts, things like that. And then in conversations, we realized we had a passion to try to help others. John started to receive some phone calls from his buddies in the National Guard. And from there, we helped each other out by just sitting with these guys, talking. And long story short, we got a bunch of other veterans that were of the like mind and decided to form our nonprofit organization. We realized a lot of veterans were being given information from multiple sources and not necessarily things that were helping. And although we weren't experts, and we're still not experts by any means, we realized a lot of our experiences and being able to talk about it helped.
The realm of it was just crazy because it was from suicide to disability ratings to family problems, just going to jail, getting incarcerated. All those things were just out there, and we didn't really know. There wasn't really any help on the left side. There's always something for the veteran on the right side, like if you mess up or you already got in trouble, just whatever the case, there's a program there, but there wasn't really a program for before you messed up. So we're trying to stay on the left side. When we first started to write the articles and the bylaws, it was kind of difficult to pinpoint what exactly we're going to be doing because every veteran and their family, it's different. So it was difficult. We just, whenever we see a veteran or a veteran comes up to us, we just take it, at that moment and figure out whether you send them through different resources or, we assist on our own. But yeah, it's a difficult question, and it was very difficult for us to establish that. Like I said, it's case by case, and no veteran's case is ever the same, so it's unique. So we just tackle it, one day at a time.
If we don't have an answer, we try to at least be a resource for veterans and then point them in the right direction. We're not an organization that tends to dwell in the past. We like to focus on the here and the now and where we can go.
Coming up, I speak to a veteran whose involvement with the nonprofit has helped him for the better. Keep it here. Welcome back. What makes Got Your 671 so special is that not only does the nonprofit help veterans and their families, its team is comprised of veterans as well. Veterans who have and continue to be nourished by the programs that Got Your 671 offers. Meet Donovan Don Don Santos. He serves as the organization's Sergeant at Arms.
I was in the Guard since 2007, got out in 2015, deployed twice to Afghanistan within 2009 and 2014.
How did he get involved with GY 671?
John was actually my squad leader in the Guard, so he took care of me. So, you know, he kind of reached out to me when I was having a hard time dealing with getting out of the military and all the other struggles I had to deal with, but he kept in touch and he always reached out. So, you know, he decided to ask me, hey, you want to come help other veterans? And I said, yeah.
In playing an active part in the organization, it has impacted Santos in a positive way.
It's a blessing, you know, I mean, because if you really think about it, Guam is our ethnicity and our background is family, right? Family oriented. So, you know, during the military, that just makes it 10 times stronger, your bond towards life and people in general. So the way we help people, it motivates us and it makes us continue to be better than we should have been since getting out of the military and having to deal with our struggles. But as far as I know, I myself still struggle with my setbacks and my so-called demons, and you know, I still find it kind of hard, but at the same time I still have this team and John to help me get through and to help other veterans out.
One of the things Santos takes part in is a battle buddy talks, where veterans gather and meet in a circle and share, talking about anything and everything.
The way I see it is a lot of us struggle with a lot of things, and we tend to isolate and box everything up because that's what we're used to. But as far as I know, when I cry and I tell my story, it's a sense of relief, and you know, I can go out at least, you know, a couple months or a couple days just to feel regenerated. As far as when I start to speak what I speak and hear other veterans what they're dealing with.
At the end of the day, Santos believes that one thing that needs to improve is the stigma.
The stigma that, you know, you can't talk about it. You can't. Your feelings are not valid, and you know, just having knowledge about things. It's like, okay, so he's not doing this thing today because the way he's feeling. You know, oh no, he's just being lazy. It's not. It's just mental health in itself. It can really bring down a person. So in order to understand that, we have to pay attention and we have to study it to understand why this person is being this way and how we can combat to get them back to where they need to be.
For any veteran who may be watching this, Santos has this message for them.
You're never alone, and it's a phone call or a text message, and just seeing our familiar faces on the social media or out and about, and you know, most of us know each other and we all struggle and we're all one community, so we should take care of each other.
With Got Your 671, several activities and programs are offered for not just the veterans, but their families as well, all with one goal in mind: to strengthen each and every one of them physically, mentally, and emotionally. With Battle Buddy Talks that takes place every Wednesday evening, it serves as a safe space for veterans, families, and their supporters.
Every week there is a discussion, some of it a little lighthearted, some of it can be very challenging, where we talk about times and places that were very difficult for us. And then we start to incorporate and introduce, you know, tools or methods or behavioral, cognitive behavioral therapy, or introducing them into one of our other programs that's going on. So we have a project called Team Tassi, where, hey, they're still physically fit and they can still go out. Sometimes just getting in the water, reconnecting with nature is a great thing. And so we have different veterans that volunteer to go down to Matapec Beach. They do stand-up paddling. They do the six-man proa. They go on paddles and things like that. And sometimes just water therapy, just wading in the water. Sometimes just talking to each other, just makes them feel connected and reconnected. Where these veterans have oftentimes put up barriers and walls. It can be very challenging to take that first step, but even just participating in one of our functions can have veterans realizing that this is something they absolutely need.
Then there's Team Tossie.
Team Tossie is it's been in effect, but we're working on an outrigger canoe right now that was donated. A lot of problems with it, but it's bringing veterans together, another therapy, another spot to just relax. So just trying to catch these different veterans, and striking their interest, because it's hard. Different bait for different fish, right? So we just try to make sure that we do something. Like, if you don't want to do this, then we'll open up this. It's just a matter of, hey guys, what do you want to do? So yeah, that's just how we've been rolling for the past 3 years. Really, is just going off of what people want.
There is even GPS Fitness, spearheaded by veteran Greg Shocker and his wife Paulicia, offering a wide range of fitness activities, from everything to exercise, running, and jiu-jitsu. Get out of your comfort zone. Know that there is, your battle buddy right next to you that will be with you and support you. We're here. We're here for you, and the spouses and the kids as well, because the kids they go through a lot too, and it's unrecognized, and we need to do something about it. If we just complain about there's no resources, and then how are we gonna win there? Let's just create the resources. Simple as that. Coming up, have you registered for the PACT Act yet? More when Veterans Support After Service returns. Recently, PACT Act enrollment and health services were made available for island veterans at an event held at the Agana Shopping Center. This is the third time that such an event was held on Guam. It's all about informing veterans about the 2022 Promise to Address Comprehensive Toxics Act, which helps provide generations of veterans and their survivors with the care and benefits they earned and deserved. The VA Pacific Islands healthcare system and key stakeholders held a PACT Act registration and community call at the Agana Shopping Center. Over 350 veterans came out to register for the PACT Act and also avail of healthcare services such as blood pressure checks, diabetic foot checks, and vaccinations. Amy Rolfs is the public affairs officer.
What I like to tell our veterans, and I say this from my family members to every veteran that I meet, it is never too late to get the health care that you have earned. This is not charity. It is a privilege and services that they earn. And so I encourage them, it's never too late to register. So if they got out a long time ago, they can register still. And I say to our new veterans who are just getting ready to come out of the military, they can start the process a year out before they get out of the military. It doesn't matter if you're retired or you're just getting out of the military. As long as you get out honorably, you have services through the VA.
And this goes for both men and women veterans.
Especially our women veterans. That is our underutilized. It's our fastest growing population. And we have services just for women. And if you're not registered, you're really not going to know what services are out there. So I highly encourage, be involved in getting your health care, even if you're young. I know most veterans say, oh, I'm young, I don't need. Better to be registered before you do need it. Sometimes they feel like, oh, I don't need it because I have TRICARE. But you can have both, is what I tell veterans. You can have both your retirement health care to VA health care. Your VA health care also enables you to see if you are eligible for disability ratings. So, and it keeps you in the system. If you don't use it, at least there's going to be a record of the veteran, because all Guam has so many veterans, but a lot of them are not registered. So our Guam veterans, I ask you, please get your VA health care, your VA benefits that you have earned. It's never too late. It's never too soon. When you're out, before you get out of the military, please come and see the VA. Start your process. So as soon as you declare that you're getting retired, then is the time to start processing, getting the paperwork in. It's a lot. It's a long system, and we have a lot of people that are looking forward to helping our veterans navigate our VA system. And so 1-800-214-1306.
Over 100 veterans met with Benny Travel with the VA. Raynel Almagro is a supervisor transportation specialist and was one of the representatives who educated the vets on their benefits when it comes to medical travel.
Especially in Guam, that requires travel to their appointments to Honolulu or further to the mainland for treatment. And we all know that it can be costly for our veterans to travel, and the VA provide those benefits to them as long as they qualify for their travel.
He said when speaking with many of the veterans over the course of the 2 days, many were unaware of the benefits when it comes to medical travel.
A lot of them were surprised that they are entitled for every reimbursement for their, even from home to the CBOC, that it can be reimbursed for their mileage. And also services like if they went to Hawaii, and they have such a OverHealth, that new program for the VA that provides that you can take that OverHealth ride to their appointment back and forth without no cost for the veterans.
And all Guam veterans have to do?
Talk to their PCP at the CBOC in Guam and discuss about how they can obtain or get authorization for travel. And the provider will write them authorization. And here in Guam, we do have staff to process their travel.
If you have yet to register for the PACT Act, remember the PACT Act extends eligibility for VA healthcare and benefits for veterans with toxic exposures. Veterans of the Vietnam, Gulf War, and post 9/11 era who were exposed to burn pits, Agent Orange, and other toxic substances. Now, to learn more about the PACT Act, or if you have any questions, you can visit va.gov/PACT or call 1-800-MY-VA-411. Well, I hope you found this special informative. If you want to find out more about HMI and the schedule of their boot camps, they have pages on Facebook and on Instagram. If you want to learn more about Got Your 671 and their programs and services, you can reach out to them via Instagram at Got Your 671. And for more on the PACT Act, visit va.gov/PACT or call 1-800-MY-VA-411. I'm Joan Aguon Charfauros. Thanks so much for watching.